So I'm here doing a video with you guys, or for you guys, I should say, about genre. And like you, I really didn't know what it meant, but somebody asked me if I would go ahead and put together a video about something I didn't know about. My reaction was, I don't think I'm going to do that. But they kind of hinted that maybe cookies would be in my future. And since I really, really, really like cookies, I'm willing to take a chance that that will actually happen. So I went ahead, I did a little bit of research, I learned what this word is, and I'm going to share it with you. And I'm going to do the double bonus. I'm not just explaining what it is, but I'm going to tell you why you should care about it. Because frankly, until I did my own research, I didn't know why I should care about it. So here we go. What is genre? Well, it's about taking this. You see this picture here? I'm going to zoom in. It's a collection of books, but they kind of look like they're just randomly thrown onto the shelves. And turning this randomness into this. I'm going to zoom in again. Do you see what's happened here? The librarian has gone ahead and done something very smart. He or she organized everything into little categories. And that's what genres are. A genre is a type of book or type of category where you take things that are related in some way and you put them under the same label. Okay? So one of the first things you're going to learn about genre, for example, will be that there are these things called fiction, fake, typewriting, made-up writing, and what we call nonfiction, which I like to think of as non-fake. It just makes it easier to figure it out. Realistic things like how to put a bike together, or maybe things about science and animals. So we already have some sense, I'm sure, of genre. Those are the basics. If you look here at the shelf, there are obviously many more different versions of it. Let me give you another way to think about this. Seriously, genre is just something that we do as humans. We're always categorizing things, whether we realize it or not, and putting labels on them and making them into some type of type. Example, one of my favorite things, video games. Now, video games come in all different types of categories or different genres. You have the RPG, which is role-playing type games. You have FPS, first-person shooter games. You have adventure games, simulation games, sports games, and so on. There are many different types of games. And this is something that gets done over and over and over. When someone creates a game, somebody else figures out what category or genre should that game be put into. And there's a reason for this, not just because we like to organize things as humans. There's another sensible reason, which I'll get to in a second. I wanted to share something else. In case you're not a gamer, everybody loves music. I mean, who doesn't love music, right? Music comes in all different types or genres. You have rock music, blues music, heavy metal music. I mean, honestly, it's a very extensive list when it comes to music. And I think a big part of that is because music captures so many different moods that we can feel and go through. I mean, music basically is a mood. So for every mood out there, we have a label for it, a genre type. Now, why should I care? Well, here's why. Ready? Boom. It's French. I'm not even saying the word correctly. You're really supposed to say genre or genre. I can't do it. But you get the idea. You're supposed to have a little French accent to it. You should care about it because anything said in French just sounds classy. That's reason number one. I'm going to two. Two, you should care about genre or the way we organize certain materials, especially books, because at any minute, your teacher can give you a quiz. Look, honestly, I know a lot of teachers. These people live to give quizzes. So be prepared to know that genre is just a way to label and organize and categorize books or writing. Here's the real reason, though. This is why you really need to care about genre. It unlocks your ability to understand. So I'll give you a good example. I'll go back to the example of the games. If somebody says to me, hey, I have a game that you should play, it's a sandbox type of game, I automatically know what that means. Sandbox games are games where you can do anything you want pretty much with the game. An example would be like Minecraft. You go into Minecraft and there really isn't a goal. You're just told, go mine these minerals and go build whatever you want. That's a sandbox game, right? Think of a kid who goes into a sandbox. Is there an objective there? I don't think so. The idea is just go in a sandbox, play, have a lot of fun, use your imagination, okay? So if I know ahead of time, before I even play the game, the kind it is, I can anticipate a lot of what is going to be expected of me in the game. It works the same way with movies. If I'm going to the movie and somebody says, this is what we call a rom-com, which is short for romantic comedy. Well, I know at some point there's going to be some funny stuff that happens, and I know there's going to be some smoochy stuff, which I'll turn and I won't look away. And I also know at the end, most likely, more likely than not, the two people are going to get together at the end because we all like a happy ending. That's the point of a romantic comedy. But I know this before I step into it. The same works for books. If you hand me a book, I'll pick a book here off my shelf, and you say, this book here, which you can't see the title, it's on the side, doesn't matter, is a fantasy book. Well, I know automatically there are going to be a certain rules to that. Magic will happen somewhere in there. Something that cannot happen in the real world will be in this book. I know that for a fact. Now, there's a chance it could be dragons, maybe not. There could be unicorns. Wouldn't that be nice? But maybe not. I know that at some level, there will be different rules to the way this world works than the ones that you and I live in, because that's what makes this fantasy. So genre is a shortcut to understanding things before you even begin reading them. And I know you guys are going to be asked to look at a lot of books and try to figure out what is the genre of the particular book that you have in your hand. Do that. You should always do that, because it really can help you understand a lot more. And the word I really want to emphasize here is actually anticipate better what's going to happen in the book. Anyway, I think I'm running a little bit long, and frankly, I don't think the amount of effort I put into this is worth just some cookies. Hopefully I'll get like a couple dozen cookies. That would be really nice. Hope you understand a little more about genre. Take care.